All right. What's going on, everybody? And welcome back. And may the Lord bless you. I pray everybody is still doing well and have had a beautiful, blessed day as we thank the good Lord for so much. Now, my title says Life as a Musician. Life as a Musician. And let me give a shout out to my big brother DJ. Powerful email. I felt it from the beginning to the end. And life as a musician. I want to say life as a musician, brother, but at the same time, life as a producer. Life as a man, period. I'm talking, out of love and talking from a man point of view. I'm not talking about what I have heard in this video. I'm talking about what I have went through, what I'm going through, and what's to come. And being a producer, a minister of music, a child of God, period, it's not easy. It's not easy, and folks want to test you all the time. They want to try to get all they can out of you all the time. And this is why you got to learn, brother, to draw the line with people. And you got to be bold and blunt and stand, on what's real. Life as a producer, a minister of music, all this mixed in together, because the reason why I want to tie it in with producing, because it is so many gospel artists out here, man, so disrespectful, so crooked, so wicked. And I'm going to say this again, even in this video, everybody that's singing on Sunday mornings ain't singing to the Lord. You got a lot of wicked people. So from being on both sides, especially coming up, in life, how I've dealt with gospel artists and R&B singers and the headache that come behind that, this is why I left a whole lot of stuff alone. So I'm talking about me in this video. So I want to use me for an example, brother, because it's a busy job being a musician, a minister of music, a producer. And if you do anything like what I do, which is teaching the piano also, I don't teach online no more, but I still teach people, I might go to somebody's house or teach at church, at different churches, or have some people might come over here. But the thing with teaching is most people won't stick with the piano. They give up because they don't want to go through the basic stages. And it takes a lot out of you, brother. And then don't mess around and play with a band also and be the MD, be the music director. See, a lot of times I'm the music director in the band because we do a lot of weddings, a lot of, family reunions, wedding receptions, you name it. The Lord didn't just tell me to just play at church. And I stay clean with what I do. Let me say that right off top, because it's a lot of terrible musicians out here that get high, get drunk and all that stuff. That's not me. And it's some that I know that's just like me that don't do that type of stuff. Because we know when a lot of people say, oh, you're a musician, they want to give a musician a bad name. But I can tell you some good ones out here. And keeping busy, a lot of people don't understand it, bro. So that's why I'm talking about how I'll be the MD. I'm the minister of music at my church. I'm a studio musician, I'm the producer. I'm always helping somebody with their tracks, laying this, laying that. Somebody might want you to background sing. So it's a very tiring job, but it pays. It pays good. But I always tell, especially to the younger musicians, if you're looking at this, don't sell your soul to the devil. The Bible teaches you that your gift make room for you, but the problem is we got too many people out here now, working backwards. They using their gift and they're abusing it, The Bible teaches us how our gift makes room for us and that we do things right, And like a few years back, I feel you with the gospel groups. I tell you right now, brother, admitted, man, we talk about this a lot. I have left every last gospel group that I ever played with alone. And I do not go back to them. Because I had a terrible experience, not with just one group, but more than one. I can't even count no more. all women group, all men group, talking about gospel right now. The things that I seen, the things that I had to get away from. Because you would think, oh, they doing this for the Lord. You'll see a lot of them are not doing it for the Lord. And if you start getting involved and you're not careful, you'll wind up acting just like they acted. I don't know if you're a producer, brother, but if you be behind closed doors with a lot of these gospel artists, and you start seeing stuff like homosexuality, men that's singing in the same group, messing with each other, trying to go to the studio and lay down God business, it don't work. Women messing with women. You see musicians and singers and so many people claiming to be of God, getting high, getting drunk. And I know that made a lot of people mad with this video, but y'all know me, I'm going to tell the truth, and I love you even though you're mad at me. Truth got to be told. It comes to the point where you throw up your hands and say, to hell with it. I'm not doing this no more for these type of people. And I'm talking about church folks. But at the same time, I can say the same thing when you're dealing with rappers, R&B singers. But you know what, brother? I have gotten more respect out of R&B singers than gospel singers in the studio. No lie. Because I'm all for a love. Oh, man, this one guy wrote such a beautiful love song, but he couldn't put no music to it. And when I listened at it, man, it reminded me of Song of Solomon, the song in the Bible. Because he was writing a song for his wife, but he couldn't play. And he said, JT, what do you hear with this? And I started putting a little music together. And, man, beautiful song. Beautiful song. But the problem with this brother was he started off with good intentions. He started off good, but he let his voice, because he could sing, no lie, he was tough. But he let his voice go to his head. What do you mean with that? He wanted to keep on getting all the women because women loved to hear him. Women practically would just throw themselves at him. And he got to the point where he didn't care about his wife no more. Now, let me put a pin right there. You asked a very powerful question about producing music at the house also when I'm not in the studio. And how do I deal with that with women? Let me tell you something, brother. I will not let a woman come in here hours and hours with me without her husband. Just cause them out of respect. Because we as men not as strong as we really think we are when it comes to getting behind closed doors. I have had some experiences I had to deal with at church where I had to leave the church ground. How women would throw themselves at you. I talked about this before on her. How women would throw themselves at you at church. And they don't care. And you have to draw the line. Well, JT, can I come over your house and record the song? Yeah, you sure can. Make sure your husband is with you. Now, if they're not married, that's different, you know. But see, at the time right now, I'm not married either. But at the same time, I don't want no woman coming over here. I have a young lady that sings with me by the name of Chris. When we rehearse, I love when Chris brings her husband over here because we have a lot of rehearsals in here, you know, at the house. So I'm just, you know, I'm being a little long in this video also, but I'm trying to hit all these questions while it's fresh on my mind because this was a powerful email. And I really wanted to talk to some of the younger musicians in here also. But the pain that come with it, man, the headache that come with it, how busy your life become, how much your phone rings. It's just like being a pastor. Your phone ring constantly. People always want you, hey, man, we got a program at church. Come on, y'all that sing and play, y'all know. Brother Ramon, a lot of y'all know what I'm talking about. Somebody always wants you to come to their church and be on program. And the problem come to play when you start telling people, no, I can't do it, I can't make it. A lot of people get mad at you. Somebody always wants you to play, sing. Well, brother, can you come teach? Can you come teach the choir this? Can you come teach the musicians how to play this song? Can you go online? Can you post another tutorial on this? All of this stuff come at you at one time when you are a producer, minister of music, when you teaching. And it's like people don't understand that you have to rest. We have to have balance in this life. So many people want you to come join a group. hey man, can you come be the minister of music in my church? Or can you at least be the MD in my group? I'll put you on the keys. I want you to be in charge. And then you got to deal with hard-headed musicians. At my church, I'm the MD. You know, I'm the minister of music. I have my two brothers up under me, my oldest brother and my youngest brother. My oldest brother's on the drums. My youngest brother's on the bass. And a lot of times, man, we don't see eye to eye on a lot of stuff. And you got to put that aside about we brothers. Sometimes, if you see me and my brothers together, you know, playing, you might think we not even brothers, because we got to put that to the side when we get in the room. Because it's about getting the job done. And the thing about me, like you also said, I'm not concerned about quantity, but I am about quality. We always think we got to have a whole lot of people to do this. When I made up my mind when I was going to do my gospel album by myself, I cut everybody off because they wasn't coming around no way. I had to just go on and get it done. If I was going to get it done, I had to do it by myself. And that's another thing I want to say. Stop waiting on people. You know, if you wait on people, you'll never get it done. Never get it done. Being a minister of music alone, it's tough. Dealing with church folks, man, it's a bunch of hell. And then say on top of that, you got a 9 to 5. It's tough. So for me, when I was working 13 hours a day one time, now I thank God the way my schedule is now, you know, because I'm flexible, and then my time is flexible now because I've been working for myself for a while now, and then I took a little part-time job. I do things, you know, here and now, you know, and trying to, you know, keep that balance so this won't interfere with that. It's hard, man. It's a headache, but it could be done. It is being done, and this is why I had to put God first, because only God keep me doing what I'm doing, and then I balance out time to come on here and do what I'm doing on here, you know. But that being a minister of music, man, writing, you know, engineering, being a studio musician, man, it ain't no joke. Your mind have to be clear when you're dealing with music. So if you got drama in your life with crazy women and all of that stuff, you got family, it's extra harder. So many people lose focus because they trying to please so many people. And once you start getting into it with your family, your girlfriend or your wife if you're married, all that stuff goes up here and you're not able to function right. Too much drama going on in your life, but you up trying to sing or you trying to record and lay down music. How can you when your mind is not clear? So what are you going to do in the studio? Stumble and stumble and stumble. So many people make a mistake by going to the studio to rehearse. When you start dealing with studios, just say the engineer charging you $75 an hour, and you ain't got your stuff together, and you're in there wasting time, stumbling, and you look up, you done been in there 7-8 hours. Do you think that engineer is going to stop you on that clock? You know what he's going to do when you get through stumbling and going in the studio practicing? He's going to say, this is what you owe me. I've seen people almost get murdered behind, man, studios. You owe me this amount of money. It's not the engineer's fault when you coming there unprepared. It's not their fault. They ready to go to work. You coming there unprepared, that is your fault. Oh man, I could say so much in a video like this, because this is my life. You know, believe it or not, this is my life. I have to find that balance. I have to have that balance. You know, it's no joke. It's no joke out here, man. And this is what helps. When you can find people on the same level with you who love to do what you do, that's what make it easier. But you rarely find that. This is why it's hard for so many musicians to have a woman. Some women will say they with you at the beginning. I can do it. I can deal with it. But when they really get off into it deep, they see how busy you be. They see how these women won't leave you alone. They see so many things, and then they start coming at you hard. To answer your question, yeah, I'm still single, brother. Yeah, I done went through some hell and hot water, man, dealing with women. But I love. I'm not talking bad about women. It's about what we choose. That's why I said in the last video that picking and choosing. See, who we think we supposed to be with. We start falling behind that. But not to jump off and all that. We talked about that in the other video. But it's hard for musicians to keep a woman a lot of times. It takes a truly, it takes a understanding woman with love and that heart, that compassion that's there to go all the way with you, go toe to toe with you, man. She can't be weak. She got to be down with you all the way. But the thing I laugh at, like I used to tell this one girl I was there, you always complaining, talking about you taking all these engagements, but when that money be rolling in, oh baby, you did good. Man, this week you cleaned up. What you make this week? About 3,000, 2,000. You been laying tracks. How much you make off of that? You went out and played Friday and Saturday. Then you doing your church thing. Ooh man, can I hold something? But when I'm out there trying to get it, you complaining and fussing and talking about I'm gone too long. So as for me right now, it's easier for me because I don't have no woman in my head nagging. So I'm not saying that to disrespect y'all women. It's just, I'm not saying all women, but a lot of y'all don't understand when you take on a musician, you really don't know what you're taking on. It's tough, So I'm just, what else? I'm trying to cover all of this, man. Like I said, I'm going to be a little longer in this video because it's hitting me right now as I'm doing this video. We have to understand that our reputation is on the line. That's another thing I wanted to cover. You can be successful. You can be in this thing with a good reputation. See, I'm so glad can't nobody say JT out here hoeing around. JT got 3 babies over there, baby mama drama. JT ain't got none of that. And I'm not saying it for no hand clap. I'm saying it to say what I have, my reputation. My word is bond. I stand on it. This is all I have. And I keep it clean. JT ain't out of there getting high. JT ain't over there with them other musicians, stone cold drunk, and somebody got to take me home. JT still a minister of music. He's still doing the Lord's work. He's at church faithfully. He's in the choir. He's doing this. He's doing that. I'm glad when people can say he didn't mess that church up like them other musicians. When these musicians in these churches, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of these musicians in these churches are just getting high, going to church, running the women, and destroying the church. And it's sad, and it's not right. So yeah, to answer your other question, yes, I have done quite a few instrumentals because everybody don't have a keyboard player or organ player at their church. So I also was doing that a lot of times, man, doing instrumentals and hey, give me $50, but a lot of people I did it for free. Just like on here, I taught all them songs for free. A lot of people didn't understand I was doing instrumentals. Like I said in the other video, I was teaching off camera. So when I come home, I get on camera and teach, cut the camera off and teach. Somebody coming over at 7:30, somebody coming over at 9:30, and then in between that, I'm balancing time to get on Blog Talk with my big brother, Minnie Man. That's back then, Minnie Man. We was doing Blog Talk 4 days out the week. Hey, man, I love it. We have to have balance, and this stuff is what keeps me going. This is why I don't get bored. When people tell me they bored, they don't have nothing to do, I can't relate to that because I don't get bored. It's too much for me to do to get bored. I can't get bored. That's why my mom always messed with me about that. It's hard for me to get bored because it's too much to do. And then I learned, was taught how to redo computers and, build computers and deal with that. It's just God is true. It's truly blessing me. And I look at it like this. I can go higher and higher. And that's what I want to tell you, brother. You can go higher and higher. The thing is, don't overload yourself also. Well, man, they're going to be saying, hey, bro, I need you to bring your band to this. Man, you asked me a question. What do I get more calls from? Preachers. I get more calls from preachers than anybody. Because preachers are always going to blow your phone up. Hey, bro, I got a revival going this week. Can you do it 3 days? I got Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. How much you going to charge me to do a revival? Then they'll call you the next day. Hey, man, the musician ain't showing up at the funeral. He called me at the last minute. Can you, man, I've done so many funerals. I am tired of playing the funerals. One day somebody going to be playing up in mine. I have played the song at this year and last year, probably been over 100 funerals. I'm just guessing. Because it's a funeral every week. Last week it was 3 funerals in 1 week. Some preachers started calling me. I said, please, man, get somebody else to do it. I don't have no voice. My voice is wore out. I need a break. Get somebody else. But my thing is, it's good money, but all money ain't good money. You got to turn down some stuff. So, yeah, more preachers call me than anything. And like I say, you can get a phone call. Can you come to the studio Monday and Tuesday? I know you got to go to choir rehearsal on Wednesday, but what you got going Thursday, man? I need you to be my studio musician because the keyboard player, he ain't getting it, man. He's not a studio keyboard player. Can I get your band on Friday to do this? Then, like I say, then you got all these preachers calling you. All of this can happen in 1 week. In 1 week. Then you got to teach choir parts. Then your church going out. And y'all wonder why I don't answer my phone. I ain't got time to be talking on the phone. You know what I'm saying? And what I hate about it is my phone. I have to cut my phone off because when I'm in the studios, those wave files, there's something about when the phone ring, it destroys. It just jumps off in the waves. And I have to. That's why when people be calling me, man, your phone didn't even ring. I know it didn't ring because it ain't on. You know, and I have to, in order for me to get things done, I have to stop answering the door and don't answer my phone. That's the only way I can get it done because my door, K-Ray, when you come over, how many times do the door knock? Somebody knocking on the door, I mean. So we have to learn to also say no. We got to, man. So, just like I was saying earlier, when I was working them 13 hours on this other job, being a full-time minister of music, it got the best of me. That's why I said I get out of work, go to work. It got the best of me. And now I'm realizing it took me going through a lot of stuff, but I'm now realizing that it didn't even take all of that, you know. It's like the Lord got me right where the Lord needed me to be and showing me the way at the same time that what I was doing good, but I was doing a lot of things backwards. And I wasn't seeking the kingdom like I should have been seeking the kingdom. I was seeking money because I have made a good grip of money doing what I do because somebody always going to call with you doing something. A musician is just like a mechanic. He'll never go out of business looking like. Somebody's car always need fixing. Somebody always need music, you know. So I'm looking at your email, brother. That's why I'm taking my time because I'm making sure I'm going through question by question. The teaching of the piano, I'm just reading. That takes a lot of time. I think I said that. Oh, okay, dangerous. The danger in being a musician. Let me say it like this, because it is danger in it. It can also be dangerous if you can't control yourself. Most people, male and female I'm talking about, get off in the music, can't control themselves. When you go back to the R&B, the old school, back in the days, look at how many of them musicians and singers, what did they die behind? And I love all of them, man. They was cold. They had skills. They was blessed with their gifts. But when you look at most of them back in the day, I'm talking about the men especially. What was the men's biggest problem, bruh? Money, drugs, and women. Look at how many of them got caught up in drugs. How it almost took out their life, destroyed them. Sex. That's what their problem was. Now, look at how many people in the church. Look at what their biggest problem is. Money. Drugs. Women. I'm talking about the men, Christian men, they call themselves. Notice I said the same thing that was wrong with them ones in the world, the same thing wrong with a lot of them in the church. Then you got the homosexuality all over the music department now. So when you look at worldly and supposed to be church, really what difference do you see? And I'm tired of when I walk into, if I don't know a church, every time somebody invite me to somewhere and then I walk in there, it's just full of homosexuals. They're in there clowning and playing and singing and everybody in there clapping and cheering it on, talking about, oh, praise the Lord. We had a good service and the Lord wasn't even there. Like the Lord sitting in there accepting wickedness. So I draw the line on a lot of stuff. Now I am less busy than I was because I have let go all of those groups. I've let go doing a whole lot for different people. Some people know not to call me no more because I'm not even going to let them get their sentence out. I'm going to say, hell no. Get somebody else to do it. I even tell some of the preachers that. Hell no. Get somebody else to do it. Y'all know I'm just messing with y'all, but y'all know I'm serious at the same time. But yeah, the danger, even in church, when these women throw themselves at you at church, a lot of women don't have no respect. I didn't say all of them, but a lot of women don't have no respect. They don't care if you're married or not. They will throw themselves at you. They throw themselves at the preacher. They throw themselves at the minister of music. That's why being a minister of music, it can be dangerous if you can't control yourself. It's a thing I like to say, get the hell out of there. When you see that stuff coming, get the hell out. Because if you don't, you might be at that piano. You might be on that piano, laying somebody across that piano. In there talking about you was doing God business and you was doing your own business. Don't say it can't happen because it done happened too many times in too many churches. Sex in the back of the church. Sex in the sanctuary. I'm not going to get a hand clap on that. So it's all about being focused, man. So I hope this video can help, man. I know it's a little longer. You know, I was trying to make it, you know, right at about 30 minutes. You know, even if you cut the video off and got tired of looking at it, that's fine also, man. One thing about me as I close, I like to get it out while it's fresh on my mind. That's why some of these videos, when you see them go longer than others, I'm really getting it out because it's a real talk video anyway. So with that being said, man, hats off to you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep producing those gospel tracks and be cautious with these gospel singers like you were saying. And just do what God has blessed you to do and stop worrying about what folks say. I always tell people I answer to God. People want to put me in hell when they see me playing a wedding song. I laugh at that kind of stuff. They want to put me in hell because, oh, he got a beer in his hand. He got a glass of wine in his hand. He going to hell. I tell them, you know what? See you there. See you there. So with that being said, man, y'all take care and have a wonderful night. Till the next time, the Lord say the same. Peace and many blessings to y'all.